Okay, we're recording. So we are going to chat all things volume tonight, and I want to show you guys just a couple quick things that you can do to look through volume. So once you become an Emerald coach, obviously you have the opportunity to earn Team Cycle bonus. And what that is a $14 check or bonus every time you have 300 points in your organization. So I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Beachbody also goes kind of back and forth within your organization to make sure that you are getting your 300 points, right? So say, for example, you are someone who like your volume fluctuates between your right and your left side, then you can grab volume from each side to get to 300 points, right? So every time you sell a challenge pack, you're going to get volume. Every time like a coach in your organization has an order for Shakeology, you get volume. All right. So what I'm going to do is just break down my second business center and a couple things that you guys should get in the habit of looking at to see how you can maximize. Now, the best thing for anyone to do to get to the highest level of learning or of earning is to obviously get to that diamond rank, because once you're a diamond coach, you earn $18 per cycle, and that's the max per cycle. Now, as you earn stars, you can earn more cycle bonus, right? So like as a 1-star diamond, you can earn up to $3,000 team cycle bonus weekly. 2 stars like 4,000, and it keeps going up. Now, I love the people who are capped at those amounts, but I'm not quite there. But they do give you more earning potential the higher you rank. But the highest you can earn in Team Cycle bonus is $18 per cycle. So that should be the goal. Get yourself to Emerald so that you can earn 14, and then work to get yourself to Diamond so that you can maximize that Team Cycle bonus. So when I'm looking within my business, a couple quick things I do first is I always go down to carryover volume first. And like I'll look kind of to see what my carryover volume is. So if you look, this is my second business center, like I said, and it's currently a diamond and it's in 1-star qualification. And if you look, it seems that my legs kind of flip flop back and forth between right and left. There's no strong leg, so I'm just working to build volume. So this week, if I sign anybody up, I would probably sign somebody up over on my right side. All right, just to maximize the volume that I have in there. I already have a little bit in my left, and since the week is only a couple days in, I will probably have some more volume coming through on my left side. But I know I at least have 100 over here. And if I could sign somebody up with the challenge pack, then perhaps I put them on my right side to get the volume coming in on that right side so I can get 1 cycle. Does that make sense? All right, so you got to have 200 on one side, 100 on the other. So as soon as that happens, bam, there's a check for $18 on top of the commission from that challenge pack. So first thing I always do is look at carryover volume and figure out, okay, where do I need to plug people in, right or left? All right. Oh, and then next thing I do is I will go into team volume. And so in team volume, you can kind of look at it by week. You can look at your personal volume, and remember, personal volume is from the challenge packs or any products that you are personally selling. It's also from anything you are personally buying. Okay, and then if you look at, so for example, so I have pretty good volume this week, and it breaks everything down. So you can see it also comes from your coaches who are ordering Shakeology or something on auto shipment as well. So I have a discount coach who had a Shakeology order go through, another discount coach with Shakeology, somebody had their 12-month billing come in, and then you can see kind of what that volume looks like already. And I sold 1 challenge pack on whenever that was, Thursday or Friday. So that's the volume that I have this week under personal volume. So what I would do is look at my left side volume. It looks pretty strong. And so if I were to break this down, basically I would divide 1100 by 200, right? So that's like almost 5. And then I would divide that right volume, 500, by 100. So if I don't sell any more, then I should get 5 team cycle bonuses this week. So 5 times 18 is what? I don't know. But that's how I can figure out what my weekly volume paycheck would be. So that's $90 bonus just from this week in the Second Business Center from volume. So that's kind of what I look at. I'm looking to see where's my strong leg, right? So where am I going to take that 200 from? And then where am I going to take that 100 from? And you want to try to aim to have double on one side than you do on the other. Of course, if your legs are even, Beachbody will go back and forth with the 200, the 100. So there may be a week when you don't get a team cycle bonus, but then the next week you're going to have, enough points to tap into that bonus, right? And so, this is one of the reasons why I do tend to sign people up as discount coaches, because as you saw, I get a lot of volume from people who have continued orders, right? And so I present that as you're going to have an opportunity to get a discount, moving forward on your products as well. So this is a customer order, and then those are all 4 discount coaches who have volume coming through the organization. All right. So then I want to show you guys, once you've looked at team volume and at carryover volume, you can go into your earnings and commissions. And so from last week, my Second Business Center earned $300. And so you can see, the retail commission wasn't super high, but the team bonus, you can see how many cycles I had at $18. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because of the volume. So they calculate out what was used on the right, what was used on the left, and this is what is left. Remember, I showed you my carryover volume. So going into this week, I already had the 178 and the 55. So anything I sold this week will then create more volume on the right or the left side, in addition to discount coaches. And then my cycles will be paid out accordingly. All right. So that's the goal. When you're looking through your compensation, you want to try to, number one, build a diamond so you can maximize that team cycle bonus of $18 over 14. And then try to think of creative ways to build volume. There is a cheat sheet in your coach office that gives you the volume equation for every single product, every single program. And so I know we focus a lot on challenge packs, and although challenge packs are great, they don't always equate to a lot of volume. So even just getting somebody started with, where was that? You saw that that person who had the full year of Beachbody On Demand. So that's a $38 commission, almost 40% commission, and it's 38 volume points, right? So even though I don't get Success Club points for it, you still get a decent commission and really good volume. So most of our products have really, really good volume. And that's even why when I'm offering someone a challenge pack, even if it's the base level challenge pack, I'll still try to add on like one more thing, like a tub of Energize or a 3-day refresh or something to add a little more volume to try to get that volume level to about 200 per transaction. Because I know that if it goes in as a 200 transaction, chances are I've at least got 100 on one side, or I'll be close to getting that 100 if somebody has a, like a Shakeology order or my order goes through. Make sense? So really take some time. I'm not saying like get lost in our product catalog, but think about some things or some creative ways that you can increase the volume within an order. Does anybody have any questions so far? I wanted to show you one more thing. what was I going to do? One second.
I do have a quick question.
Yeah.
So in terms of volume, like when I'm selling something like something that's not Success Club points, does it make the most sense to put that all under my husband's account, or would it make more sense to put it under my account?
It depends if he is Emerald or Diamond. So if he's an Emerald coach and cycle, then absolutely I would.
Okay.
Because I run all customer orders through my second business center, which is placed under Josh. So I can get a bonus in 3 different places.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yes. So if you were to run it through Donnie's account and he's an Emerald coach, and remember, he'll have to have 300 points in his organization as well. So the volume would go through there. You would get the commission through there. And if he was Emerald and had 300 points, then he would get $14, but all 300 of those points would also, kind of roll up to you as well.
Right. Okay.
So then you as a Diamond would get 18.
Okay, cool.
So
Thank you.
Yeah. When I was first building like Josh or my mom, I would always put customer orders that weren't necessarily Success Club points through them to create volume in my downline, especially if you are someone who has a weak and a strong leg. Now, if he's on your strong leg and you can't really tap into that volume, then I don't know if it's a good decision or not. You know what I mean?
And my legs are like 50-50, so.
Okay, so you're fine.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
So let me show you something else here. Laura or Ashley, do you guys have any questions why I'm logging from one account to another?
No, that was actually good because I was thinking about that because, Logan is on my weak leg and he's my Emerald. He's got volume that's going to be rolling. So any customer stuff that signs up this week, I'll just put it under him.
Yeah, and also remember when you have your additional accounts, if you can sell something that's 50 PV and that makes that person active.
Yeah.
So like for, if you just need them to be an active Emerald and they only need 50 PV, you can run a customer order through their account to get them to active. Now, if you're trying to get them to Success Club, then they have to have a 90 PV auto ship.
Yeah.
But if you're
I'm not worried about Success Club on him.
Right. Yeah. But just to get him, if you don't want to necessarily order something from his account, or not have him on an auto ship every month, then that's a good way to do that too. So this is my first business center. And if you look at, I'm going to go to my carryover volume. Please don't have a heart attack. You guys over here. So I have 717,000 points that I can't tap into because I was placed on Alyssa's strong leg when I signed up as a coach. So I get so much volume from her organization, which some people may think that that's amazing. But if you can't keep up on your left side, I can't tap into that money, So like Kristen and Aaliyah and Courtney and Allison are all on that side. So like anything that like Kristen, Aaliyah, Courtney, and Allison do go toward that number. So it just, I'm just someone that's always built for rank, and like this is disheartening to look at, but I just have to focus on building like my weak side, which my mom, my husband, and my second business center are on my weak side, but they're not super stable diamonds, So that's why that carryover volume, if you can control it early on, that's the best thing to do. And since you guys since Laura and Kristen are both already diamond coaches, if you do have a leg that has a lot of carryover volume, then the best thing for you to do is once you've stabilized your diamond is to build that weak leg volume, because that's how you can tap into that carryover volume. And then once you would get to 2-star, you can open that second business center and funnel everything. So you're kind of double dipping on your weak side. But I mean, if you have almost 1 million points, you're still not really keeping up. So move this back over to and then we can look at team volume as well. So it's kind of the same thing, you know, team volume in my first business center, you know, it's always really high on that right side. And then my goal is to try to always make it half of what's on that right side, you know, so if this side is, you know, 9,000, then I want this side to be close to 4,500, right? And so this is week by week, but still there's just so much that goes to the carryover pot. But anything you can do to try to build that weak side or to try to make sure that you're getting that 200 and 100. You know, my goal is always to set a team cycle bonus. Like let's look at, I hope you guys don't mind that I'm just sharing my earnings with you. But the goal here, like my goal is to always have that team bonus be like close to $500, just to maximize how much can come in. Now remember, you can earn up to, you know, $2,000 as a diamond coach here, but that means you have to be team cycle bonusing like 100 times. So the retail commission isn't necessarily going up. My subscription commission isn't necessarily going up. I'm still hitting kind of the same SC numbers every month, but the goal is to build depth in your downline, right? So that this number continues to go up. And then once you have the working coaches and this number continues to go up, then you can tap into what's called matching bonus over here. And matching bonus is basically like 5 or 10%. So like Kristen, you had $90 in team cycle bonus. Woohoo! Last week. And since you're a diamond coach, I would get 10% match of that. So I get $10, right? But if you look, I think Emerald, there's something where you get only 5%. But basically you get a certain percentage. Like I haven't worked my husband's account in 3 years, but he still makes anywhere from like 50 to $100 a week just because I cycle things through my second business center that flows through him as well, if that makes sense. So the goal is to obviously get more working coaches so that you can tap into matching bonus. You know, I didn't even have matching bonuses for the first 2 years of my business at all. So, and that was my own fault. I didn't really recruit working coaches. I just really signed people up for the discount, you know. But what you really want to work toward is getting that team cycle bonus up, because that's true residual income, right? Because retail commission and subscription commission, that's sales. So getting this team bonus number up to be the primary percentage of your weekly paycheck, that's where you want to be. Does that make sense? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. And then one last thing I wanted to point out is when you are looking at, I will pull something up. If you guys don't care, really quickly. And then if you have questions, just let me know. But when you're looking at the product catalog too, there's a big difference between personal volume and team volume. So you want to make sure that like you understand that the team volume is what goes into those 200 and 100 numbers, whereas the personal volume number is what you have to have for specific ranks, right? Like Kristen, when you were in Star Diamond qualification, you had to have at least 200 PV over 5 weeks in order to maintain that qualification. Well, if you have an order of Shakeology and you sell one challenge pack, you've got it, right? But make sure you take some time to kind of go into this product catalog as well and look through. Oh, I just wanted to see the volume. Rats. Sorry, I thought this was going to come up easier. And see where you can really maximize your volume from different products. Does anybody have questions? Of course, I can't find what I want right now. I can't find it, but I know there is something within the FAQ that it's a complete product price kit, credit price tool. I don't know. I'm going to go here first. Okay, so even if you're looking at like 6 weeks of the work, like our challenge packs, so obviously like the base pack is $170, but the TV on it, team volume, is 50 points. So that would go to one leg or the other towards your 300, right? But the PV, which is personal volume, is 140 points. So that would give you, 140 points towards your 100 or 200 that you have to have in order to qualify for Success Club. So just make sure you pay some attention, because a lot of times in the challenge packs, the TV, the team volume is really low. Whereas if you're looking at like specific products, it's higher. Like a tub of Energize is 38. And so if you think about a tub of Energize versus a challenge pack, it's only 12 points lower. So it makes sense a lot of times to, yes, lead with the challenge pack, but also either do a small add-on, or something I do is, signing people up as coaches and then tacking on like a 3-day refresh or a thing of Energize, because you still get the same TV and they end up paying 25% less, right? So they would get the coach price of like $36 on that tub of Energize, and then you still get 38 volume points added in too. So that's a little closer to 100 volume points for you to cycle on. Does that make sense? So you don't get a ton of volume unless you're selling like these higher priced challenge packs. But you get higher commission. So it's really just kind of up to you, My goal as a newer coach was always to try to increase my retail sales as much as I could, because I had a goal of what I wanted to make every week. And so my goal was to sell 3 challenge packs a week so that I could at least make sure I was making $150, and then with some team cycle bonus, that would be a little closer to 200. And that was always kind of my goal, was $200 a week. So you just kind of have to figure out what it is you need to earn, and then figure out, okay, what is the volume that's going to come through these packages? What is the commission that's going to come through these packages? And how can I maximize that, right? And so you have to be conscious of how many people are on your right leg and your left leg. And if you have, that carryover volume or a strong or a weak leg, and then figure out how to maximize it and get those 300 points. And try to, start small, set a goal of getting 300 points a week your first week, and then go to, 600 by the next week, or whatever you want to do to make sure that you're constantly increasing that. Good?
Yep.
Questions? Ashley, sorry, was that like way over your head?
A little bit. I mean, I'm at the bottom of the ladder where you guys are up at the diamond, which I hope I'll be able to reach up there sometime. But
Well,
like, the information is a little overwhelming, but I kind of get can't understand, like looking at the bigger picture and trying to sign up with the customers, like try to go for the challenge packs more versus just like a single product or whatever. So I mean, it makes sense in a way tonight.
Yeah, I would just focus on helping 3 to 5 people per month get started with a challenge pack. If they can't, if the challenge pack doesn't work for them, then meet them where they are. We have a ton of other products. Even the quarterly Beachbody On Demand membership, getting someone started with at least something.
Yeah. Well, it was exciting because I had a friend from college. We stayed in touch, and I reached out to her a while back, and I was sending out a memo to a group of people, like talking about my fitness journey, and she was interested, but at the same time, she wasn't interested in this. She said, thanks, but I'm not interested right now. She had a membership at a gym at that time. Well, she sent me a text last night and she said, can we talk? I said, yeah, give me a half hour. I'm on the road. I'm on my way home. I said, we could talk. And so she was asking a lot of good questions, and I was able to talk to her. She is really interested in Beachbody, and she's going to cancel her membership at the gym because she hasn't been going and she couldn't get her boyfriend to go with her. So I was just promoting on the cost of the Beachbody. I said, yeah, he seemed overwhelming at first. I said, but think of it as like your gym membership. I said, it's at one time initial cost, and then it'll break down each month. And um, I was talking about Shakeology, and she was really interested in Country Heat. And I said, oh, I did that. So I was able to talk to her about that. So she was supposed to work on her budget plan today, and she would let me know what she thinks. But I was talking to Courtney last night. I said, I have a really good feeling about this. So I was trying not to get too excited, but I was like, finally, like, Courtney was telling me a couple months ago, she said, people tell you no, don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
Just keep posting, keep talking about your journey. People will eventually will follow you and all that. So I've had a lot of compliments even at work or outside of Facebook. They've been following me, and you could tell some people like they're in the back of their mind is turning and stuff. So I think it's finally coming to light of what I'm doing. So I'm just learning to be patient, and eventually people will start coming to me. So
Yeah. I think that's great. You just continue to share your journey. You've got to obviously do action items every day too, but that's the one thing in this business is you just being consistent and showing up, and then, doing the action items to move your business forward.
yeah.
Laura, Kristen, anybody questions, comments?
No,
I'm
I
good.
think we're good.
Good. I'm good too. I'm coming to Indiana on Friday.
Oh yeah, what for?
My aunt and uncle's 50th wedding anniversary, and to get away for a few days because my husband's going to a football game with his friends. So
Are you
How
bringing the
long
boys?
could be in Indiana for?
yeah, I'm bringing boys, and we're going to be there from Friday to Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
So just going to probably hang out in Lebanon. I might do the donut 5K.
Get a donut out of it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I don't want to keep you too late. I know it's getting a little past 9:30, but I hope that helps a little bit. But if you guys ever want to screenshot me your volume, or even like I know some of you work other accounts, I'm happy to just like do a one-on-one with you if you have questions about it, because I know it's somewhat confusing as far as legs and volume and carryover. It gets confusing, and especially if you're working multiple accounts too. So I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you have a good night. I am going to stop our recording.